This land is the land of opportunities, is a land that, you have to take basically, the opportunity not to lose it. And this is the golden opportunity for anybody worldwide to come and move and buy properties in Dubai and invest in Dubai and just grow from here.
I'm not a technology person, but you're
Okay.
absolutely right when it comes to AI. Um, it'll improve the customer service.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the
Accuracy of information that people get from point to point. So you'll have less dilution of or inconsistency
mhm.
of information. Um, I mean, you can now almost automate half the things that people are reliant on manually, or general questions, Q&A, just on a chat, live chat.
Mhm.
You ask an AI and it'll give you the answer where and what, all that sort of stuff. So prop tech, look, if you don't change with technology, you're dinosaur Kodak of tomorrow.
Yeah, true. Hi, my name is Camila Kosaifi. I will be your host for today, and welcome to IPS Podcast. Today, we have two incredible leaders in the real estate industry, Mr. Iseeb Rehman, the CEO of Sherwoods International Property, and Mr. Dawood Al Shezawi, the President of International Property Show. Welcome, Mr. Dawood. Welcome, Mr. Iseeb.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Mr. Dawood, as we know that IPS is around the corner, and IPS been a global leader in the real estate industry. So what is your plans for IPS 2025?
Thank you, Camelia. IPS has been around since many years, and we have noticed that we really need to engage investors with developers and with agents. So IPS this year it will be basically a different IPS. It will
Mhm.
have a lot of engagement programs. It will have a lot of knowledge exchange programs. So we are having the exhibition as usual, but within the exhibition we are having a global participation from many countries, as well as basically local developers and local real estate agents. All of you have seen the growth in real estate, especially in Dubai.
True. Yes.
And we have figured out that, we need to really have more of engagement activities. So
Mhm.
we are having, the institutional investment conference alongside with the exhibition. We're having as well, a special program for women. So we are having IPS Women. We are this year we are really having a big exhibitors range from technology, which are within the hub of PropTech.
Mhm.
So IPS is having a new edition of IPS PropTech in partnership with many organizations,
That's
as well
amazing.
as yes, as well as we are including some of the city mayors to have
Mhm.
roundtable meetings with investors. The most important thing in this exhibition is to really have good numbers of investors,
Mhm.
high net worth individuals, and global presence.
I heard there will be a lot of developers and participants in the event.
Not only that, but
Yeah.
also we are bringing a delegation. We are hosting a lot of buyers from different countries. I know that we have from Latin America more than 250
Wow.
people. We have
Okay.
from UNIS
Mhm.
more than, I think, 300 delegates from the Gulf region. We are having, big delegations headed by different chamber of commerces as well as,
Mhm.
by different developers. So we're trying to depend on our partners. We have created more than 400 partners globally to attract more delegates to the event.
Amazing. Mr. Hasib, so IPS as an event, of course, it's very important for agents, investors, and everyone who is looking at investing in Dubai. So, being the CEO of Sherwoods, how did you see the change in the market nowadays? And how are you keeping up on the changing market?
Firstly, any event like IPS, which has been around for many, many years,
Mhm.
and traditionally, actually now is probably the most important part is when you really have to engage with your B2B industry people within the industry
True.
and either learn from them or work with them because that's just where the future is going.
Mhm.
Able to integrate on a platforms, a level platforms. But also at the same time, it allows you to look at practices that are businesses globally or other developers who are, or brokers, developers attending the event, or industry specialists attending the event that will benefit your businesses and
True.
help you improve the businesses. Because now, Dubai was maybe emerging market 5 or 10 years ago,
Mhm.
and it's not so emerging market, which means that there's a lot of maturity happening. And
Mhm.
when you have events like an IPS that are taking place, where you'll have Europeans, continental, Asia, US, South Americas, everybody there, like you know, the best practices really.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way, it's a platform to meet the best platforms practices.
Perfect. And also, since you were in the first edition of IPS, so how did you see the market is evolving? Where did you see the change? Like if I compare the first IPS until date.
Well, look, it's going to be quite funny actually, because when you look at the historically from the very earlier days,
Mm-hmm.
Dubai was just an emerging market, and
True.
25 years ago, we
Mm-hmm.
were just purely promoting overseas properties,
Mm-hmm.
and there was talk of Londons, the Parises, the New Yorks, the Miamis, and etc. And I think over the years we've actually seen that push becoming more domesticated, i.e., more Dubai centric. Dubai at the time, 25 years ago, it was Zone 15 or Zone 20 city. Today is Zone 1 city. So it's a very different dynamic. So now you know what you're seeing a change, what you see the change it has in the last 3-4 years
Mm-hmm.
is that actually interest in Dubai more than interest outside Dubai.
True.
So that is really the shift, but also at the same time, in Dubai, people want to understand the practices that are practiced in the professional or the other mature markets. So the integration, i.e., meeting point, melting point, that's really where I see the changes that has
Mm-hmm.
taken place, and you see a lot more difference this year.
So when we talk about the first IPS, of course, Mr. Dawood, you've seen little bit in change in the investors' behavior. Like the market now is shifting more into investments. People are coming from all over the world to invest in Dubai. So I believe like we've seen a lot of changing in the behavior of the investors nowadays in Dubai. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree with Mr. Hasib. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if we go back to year 2001 when we had the first IPS,
Mm-hmm.
at that time, most of the people were looking to buy properties outside UAE.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, we did not have the freehold market. We didn't have any of the major, big developers. So people were looking to, buy second home in UK or in France or Switzerland or Asia. People were looking for holiday homes.
True.
However, today the whole, situation changed. At that time, we had only 800,000, people living in Dubai. Today, we have more than 4.5 million people living in Dubai.
True.
Today, most of the people from around the world, they are looking to buy properties in Dubai. Today, the amount of deals which happens in Dubai, I don't think happens anywhere else in the world. The process of buying property in Dubai, it's a good example to really conclude deals,
True.
in few minutes and register the property in few minutes, and that comes through the leadership of government of Dubai and the
Mm-hmm.
efficiency of government Dubai, represented by Dubai Land Department. Because today it's, I think, one of the most important thing is how you can basically make your transaction smooth and quick, and just attract investors in a right way.
Absolutely. Especially now when we check the news and we can see a lot of millionaires and billionaires considering buying in Dubai and not going to New York, Singapore, and the UK. So why do you think is this happening today?
The lifestyle of Dubai is different.
Yeah.
Today, I think, everybody agree with me that basically Dubai has positioned itself as number one city in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Today, Dubai is the safest place in the world. Today, Dubai, in terms of, doing business, is number one worldwide.
Yeah.
Today, attracting
Mm-hmm.
investment environment, attracting in Dubai is very easy, where basically you can, live, work, entertain in Dubai better than any other part of the world. And today, for us as organizer of IPS, we can feel that basically, people would like to come under one roof
Mm-hmm.
and source their property instead of just going to different offices and looking for the properties.
Absolutely. Thank you. I would love to hear also from you, Mr. Hasib, from a Sherwood perspective, because you've seen a lot of global investors coming into the market today.
Yeah, I mean,
So
look,
yeah.
I mean, like Stode's saying the same. What we've seen a shift or
Mm-hmm.
the confidence, it
Mm-hmm.
is to do with the legal framework, number one, the speed and the process the transaction can be done. Um, and actually, it's a peace of mind. I mean, people are now are quite safe because They feel what they're buying. They know what they're buying. For example, particularly you've seen a massive shift of off-plan sales,
Mm-hmm.
whereas we've seen historically prior to the escrow accounts, legal framework structures of purchases. Now it's very structured and regulated by real estate authority and by land department. So the developer is very heavily regulated.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Comparing to
investor,
years ago.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there is that confidence. There's
Mm-hmm.
added confidence, which the developer has to be of a certain financial stress test had to be undertaken.
True.
So that to a savvy investor globally gives him a confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's comfortable. He can buy something without the fear that he's going to buy something. The money's going to be gone forever. So that confidence comes from the government of Dubai that has actually created a legal framework for people to act in such a way. I buy and sell at a speed. So I think that's really where the biggest confidence is. And the
True.
second is that if you're talking of in the media, it says, previously, I remember, many years ago, 25 years ago, we were going around promoting the brand of Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere we went, we've done events and just to promote the brand of Dubai. We don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
Dubai, DXB is a brand,
Yeah.
right? It's like we buy branded vehicles, cars, fashion, whatever.
True.
Hey, where do you want to live? You want to live in a branded city. That's what it is. It is a brand now.
Yeah.
So therefore it automatically attracts people.
So now the investors are looking at more like what they are buying actually in Dubai.
So look, the investors, there are two types.
Mm-hmm.
We still feel 90% of the transactions
Mm-hmm.
are investor orientated,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're in the market in GCC in particular where liquidity is still pretty abundant.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, a lot of people still have liquidity. And again, from various reasons, they prefer to actually put money where they can see it. We call it, the famous 3 T's: touch, taste, and talk. If they own a building, they can talk about it, they can taste it. It's in their control. So they like buying things which gives them incomes, etc. So therefore, it is very investment orientated. Unlike if you look at Europe, where the debt ratio levels, i.e., properties which are bought with mortgages, are almost at 90%.
Mm-hmm.
So every other property is bought with a mortgage, whereas in UAE is very different. Almost 80% of properties are bought with cash. So
Sure.
that also gives you another dynamic investment. So at the moment, liquidity in the bank is only going to give you 3% if you're lucky, right? But therefore, in a property, it's going to give you not just the income, anything north of 6, 7, 8, or 10%, but also give you capital growth. So you're hedging against inflation, plus you're having income. So that's
Sure.
why there's an increased demand from the investors.
Mm-hmm. And I believe Dubai made it easy for everyone to invest. Let's say employees, they can take mortgage, they can have payment
Yeah.
plan. Also for investors, you can have 1% monthly payment plan and so on. So,
I mean,
yeah.
look, this is literally developer finance
Mhm.
that's been offered.
Mhm.
Of course, it comes at a price because you're taking developer finance. Developer has to finance, has to pay for it. So it is flexibility in people now to purchase, pay during construction, after construction, etc., etc. So there's so much available in the marketplace.
Mr. Dawood, being the president of International Property Show, IPS, of course, you've seen a lot of investors 10 years ago and now. If I want to ask you regarding everyone talking about Dubai, is it really booming? If there is any witness change or is the cycle, where do you see the market more shifting?
Well, I mean, historically, we have been seeing Dubai, as the fastest growing city in the world. And
Mm-hmm.
people talk about Dubai always, but Dubai is working. And, as you see, I'll give you an example of Business Bay Area, where basically 15 years back
Mm-hmm.
from now, it was just a military camp. It was a desert. Today, thousands of apartments or offices, hundreds of
Yes.
towers and Dubai Mall. And it's a project that proven that Dubai it knows I mean nothing
Mm-hmm.
except construction and we in Dubai I think we know that everything can happen. So I think whatever people say about Dubai, but Dubai is moving forward. Dubai
True.
is creating everyday millionaires
Mm-hmm.
in real
Yeah.
estate. People are making money out of opportunities in Dubai, and this land is the land of opportunities. Is a land that you have to take basically, the opportunity not to lose it. So I think, we are seeing, Dubai growing always, and it will never stop. And this is the golden opportunity for anybody worldwide to come and move and buy properties in Dubai and invest in Dubai and just grow from here.
Exactly. And when we talk about IPS, I believe a lot of people knows what is behind IPS, but I would love to hear from you today. How did IPS started?
Behind IPS, there are global networks of real estate professionals and people in the industry.
Mm-hmm,
We are associated with more than 16 international real estate association.
mm-hmm,
We are associated with thousands of real estate professionals who basically promote IPS, not because of exhibition, but
mm-hmm,
because of the network, because of the knowledge, because of the opportunities that we offer. Over the years, we have offered a lot of opportunities to investors from the region as
mm-hmm,
well as from investors for investors globally.
mm-hmm,
We are available in different, institutions. We do annual programs, not only during the IPS. However, we do a lot of trade missions to different countries to educate them of the market, to brief them about the Dubai market, and to attract them to invest and to participate in IPS. So IPS is the opportunity that we have seen growing in a sustainable way and growing organically, and it will keep growing and innovating new programs during the events.
amazing. Regarding the Dubai overall, if we, of course, now investors, agents, everyone will be listening to us. So if you want to talk about the most hot areas nowadays that people can invest and get high ROI, capital appreciation, based on your opinion, I really want to hear from you guys. What do you think is the best areas to invest?
Well, look, I mean, really, buying real estate anywhere in the world, it's about location, location, location.
Yeah.
But when you talk about what's a good area and a bad area in a city that's emerged with probably about 20 sub-cities within a city. So it all depends. And if you're looking to buy something that's going to produce you rental income, i.e. after income,
Mm-hmm.
then you have to go with closest to the economic corridors, which are, let's say, for example, we've now created a Midtown Dubai. What does Midtown Dubai consist of? Jumeirah
Yeah.
Village Triangle, JVC,
Mm.
IPNZ, Motor City, Sports City, Arjan. That they are really your core. And I've only just finished a study, and I think the report will publish soon. That will be true Midtown. There'll be a new district called the Midtown, and that sits on probably the biggest economic corridor. So you have Jebel Ali,
Mm-hmm.
you have Dubai Investment Park,
Yeah.
Expo, and you have the World Central.
Mm-hmm.
Now, combined with these four economic, hubs, will employ around about 1.5 million people over the next 10 years. Now, having that kind of workforce on your doorstep, if you're buying anything closer to it,
Mm-hmm.
is naturally going to make sense. So I think if you're investing now or in the future, you've really got to look at 5 or 10 year cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So anything around these kind of economic hubs is really where I see the growth happening in the next 10 years for sure.
Mm-hmm. And also, we're talking about Al Maktoum Airport vision of Sheikh Mohammed.
Yeah, I mean, Dubai government never stops
Mm.
having initiatives. And I believe any investor who's smart has to just follow the initiative of Dubai government. As soon as the government announce an initiative, that's a business opportunity,
Yeah.
that's an investment opportunity. Al Maktoum Airport, it's under operation, but it will be fully under operation, I think, within 8 years. And that's, the new Dubai, where basically a lot of logistic operation will be there, a lot of people will be living there. So you can see now a lot of development and a lot of
True,
marketing is
construction
happening.
started, and
Yeah,
investors are
yeah,
looking
yeah,
forward to invest near the
yeah.
areas, especially for Al
Yeah.
Maktoum Airport.
That doesn't mean that there will not be any transaction in the other part of the Dubai. No,
Mm-hmm.
today I think one of the biggest issue that developer have is the availability of land, because
Mm-hmm.
the land are the prices of land is going higher and higher, and there is big construction work is going all over Dubai, because
True.
people they just buy land and construct, and the return is great for investors.
Also, there is still people buying commercial as like lands and stuff like that, right?
Oh, no, look,
Yeah.
land, like Mr. Dawood saying, land is definitely now become an issue
Mm-hmm.
in the established areas or in established zones. So whether it's residential or commercial, commercial is definitely limited,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it is something that now that's pushing people further afield. But that's natural.
Yeah.
That's a natural growth of any market.
Mm-hmm. Also, Mr. Dawood, regarding the developers now, since we already spoke about this topic before regarding AI, and how do you see developers and brokerage are utilizing AI?
Well, I think we are, talking about twin transition,
Mm-hmm.
where basically we are transforming toward technology and adopting AI and prop tax in our industry, the real estate industry, and keeping, our sustainable growth in terms of, the buildings and in terms of, the doing business. So I would say, from transformation to sustainability,
Mm-hmm.
that's how we are
I think
trying to.
AI will solve a lot of problems when it comes to, let's say, solving problems for the clients more than agents.
Well, AI is a
Yeah,
must today. AI
yeah.
and technology is a must in any business, and
Mm-hmm.
specifically in real estate today. Most of the real estate exhibition worldwide, they're trying to, have prop tech companies part of their exhibition because that's how it's transforming, the industry.
Yeah, true. Anything you would like to add, Mr. Hasib?
No, look, I'm not a technology person, but you're
Okay.
absolutely right when it comes to AI. Um, it'll improve the customer service,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's the.
Accuracy information that people get from point to point. So you'll have less dilution of or inconsistency
Mm-hmm.
of information. Um, I mean, you can now almost automate half the things that people are reliant on manually, or general questions, Q&A, just on a chat, live chat.
Mm-hmm.
You ask an AI and it'll give you the answer where and what, all that sort of stuff. So prop tech, look, if you don't change with technology, you're dinosaur Kodak of tomorrow.
Yeah, true. And also, as we all know, IPS connected investors from all over the world. So when we go on the website and we go on the social media and we read about IPS, we can see the feedback of the people, whether exhibitors or visitors. We can see a lot of people had to manage to do business inside the event. It was really successful throughout the years. We want to know, Mr. Dawood, from your perspective, how did you manage to build confidence and trust between you and the investors, between the exhibitors and the investors?
We are the only sustainable property exhibition in the market. And, as you know, in 2008, the market went down, COVID was there, but we kept organizing the show. Even, we did one of the event was, property brainstorming
Mm-hmm.
event that we had a lot of sectors. I remember it was 12 sectors related to the industry where we had to find solutions for the challenges that the market is facing. So IPS created confidence with its partners and exhibitors, developers or agents globally. There are partners who have seen the fruit of results in
Mm-hmm.
terms of, either developing projects, either basically selling their projects. I have one of the exhibitors who's been with me every year, and he says that with this in this show, I find a new destination to invest with
Wow.
a partner,
Yeah.
and that's how they grow. And
Yeah.
our aim is that we capitalize on our partners' growth.
It's very important for any developer or brokerage company to be part of such big events because this is, I think, where the company will grow and connect with people in the same industry.
Right?
No, no,
Yeah.
true. Very true.
Yeah. So if you had 1 million dirhams today, okay, to invest in Dubai, and of course, there is investors listening to us, agents listening to us, and a lot of people. So tell us, where would you like to invest and why?
I don't have 1 million.
We'll go on holiday together.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, look, what does 1 million buy you today? In
Can
reality,
say studio. Hmm.
so look, you would buy a studio or a one bed in a ready built established area. Could be JLT. Rentals are very strong, and the reason it's strong is because you've got the metro line.
Mm-hmm.
The community is pretty much semi-mature.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little bit more to be built. Now the infrastructure is getting right, and they're getting things right. So public transport, if you're buying at that sort of level, entry level, it has to be a proximity to the train, rail, transport, etc. Um, some of the areas like, I mean, JVC is pretty much high density.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure whether you're going to get any capital growth. You'll definitely get the yield, income, but JVT is good. I think because the density is still low, and also it sits in between Sheikh Zayed Road and Mohammed bin Zayed Road. To get it onto the marina and to the main highway,
Yeah.
it's relatively easy. And I think Metro will be there in about 3-4 years, two and a
Yeah.
half, 3 years.
True.
So JVT probably would be the most one I would probably look at. On a million dirham, if you can get your hands on a one bed studio, one bed, you're laughing really. You're happy. It's happy days.
Okay.
Well, I think 1 million is a big amount. I mean, today with the facilities that offered by developers, I mean,
Yeah.
you can have a down payment of 150, 200,000, and then you can pay installments,
Yeah.
based on the progress of the property. So you had opportunities in Palmdale, for example. You're having now opportunities in Dubai South.
Yeah.
Dubai South, I think,
Absolutely.
it's growing very
Mm-hmm.
fast, and there's shortage of land, and even, the prices of land is going up.
Going
So
up,
I think that's where people have to look at. There are a lot of projects that is going to be built in Dubai land area toward the Al Ain Road. So these areas are great for investors who are looking for freehold, as well as there are areas for local also.
Mm-hmm.
Locals can buy properties, either they are land or basically villas in different areas of Dubai.
Amazing. I think these good topics will be discussed more in the event of IPS. So a lot of people will learn more about the investment in Dubai. And looking forward to the IPS event, what should people look forward the most?
Well, I think they should be ready to buy properties
Yeah.
because we really would have a lot of good opportunities. And as I know that developers are really, launching some events, some properties,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, and that will be an opportunity for them, to really under one roof look for different properties to buy either locally or globally.
So especially there is a new project coming into the market.
Right.
So yeah, that's amazing. So how can people connect with you both as Sherwoods and IPS?
Well, IPS website is ipscongress.com, and
Okay.
I think Sherwood.
Sherwoods is www.sherwoodsproperty.com.
Thank you both for joining us today and be part of the IPS podcast. It was
you.
really nice hearing the insights on Dubai real estate market. And we are looking forward to the amazing things that will happen between IPS and Sherwoods and the successful things that will happen in the years to come.
Great.
Thank you very much for having the time
Thank you.
and see you soon.
Thank you.
This was IPS Podcast. You can watch the full episode on our YouTube channels and listen to us on Anghami, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Deezer. Thank you very much.